So it was a year ago. We were in Dublin, Navy and Notre Dame. And there was something, that it was unique with Notre Dame because probably 90% of the people who were there, the fans who were there, were Notre Dame related. Navy did show a little bit, but it was about Notre Dame. It was about Dublin, and it was magical. I mean, it was different. Florida State and Georgia Tech. It doesn't exactly cry out for, wow, Dublin. Notre Dame, it was a party that entire week, and Will Ferrell once again spending his own money to come over and spend time with us for a few days there, and he had fun. And then when he saw Brady Quinn, and he used to yell at Brady Quinn when Brady was at Notre Dame, he would yell from the sidelines at a USC game, "Hey, number 10, your pants are too high," because Brady pulled his pants up too high. And so Will had the chance to say it to Brady Quinn in front of him, and then they started wrestling. It was a lot of fun. Weather was great. Game wasn't great, but still being able to see Notre Dame and Navy in Dublin. Yes, Paulie.
By the end of the week, the amount of Notre Dame fans in the streets was really overwhelming in a good way. It was like a pilgrimage for Notre Dame fans to do this if you've never been to Ireland. The one thing about Will Ferrell is we've been around quite a few famous people. I mean, we have because of this show. He can't hide. He's a good 6'4", 6'5", very recognizable. When we were just walking down the streets, it felt like a movie scene where people were almost like chasing him down the street or running down the street, and he makes time for everybody. He'll give you a high five, a quick picture, a moment, but it was like walking with a globally famous person was different.
But the thing I thought was really interesting, and I gave Will a little grief, Brian Nation, who's the master distiller at Keeper's Heart, he was walking with us one night, and the number of people in Dublin where they do like their whiskey, they came out and they saw that Brian Nation was there, and it was like they just couldn't believe, like they wanted him to come in and into their bar, and he's a legend over there. And I said to Will, you're not the biggest name here in Dublin now. And he realized that because they were like coming out of the streets like, Brian Nation's here. Did you see Brian Nation's here? I'm like, Will Ferrell's right there. I know, but that's Brian Nation, the master distiller. Yes, he.
Yeah, it's like the patron saint of Temple Bar or something, You're like, that's the Brian Nation. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
The Will Ferrell thing was crazy because you could turn onto a street there and you could see almost like this ripple effect of people finding out Will Ferrell was at the corner, And you could see like 5 feet ahead, then 10, then 20, then 100 feet down the road, people turning and being like, whoa, and slowly walking towards him. Crazy.
Generous with his time, because he flew over and then he had to fly back. He goes, I got to go back for Friday. It's my dad's birthday. And I'm like, oh, my God. And then I said, if you leave when you need to leave, and he said, all right, but when I get there, I'm a Danette, okay? That's all I want to be. I want to be a Danette. And I go, I think I can pull that off. So he said, whatever you guys are up for, I'm going to do. And then, if we're doing shots, he's doing shots. Smoking cigar, like whatever it was. He was like, okay, I'm in. I said, all right, I'm going to treat you like a Danette. Yes, Paul.
My absolute favorite thing, we were doing a little pub crawl, and we're going from pub to pub, and it was like 6 in the evening. There's families out, there's people out. And every once in a while, like a 7-year-old would run up to Will. And for them, that's Buddy from Elf. That's Buddy the Elf. That's not Will Ferrell because the hair looks the same. And they run up and they go, Buddy. He'd be like, hi, kid. Buddy's got to go. Here's a high five. And then, but he would say, Buddy's got to run off with his buddies. Awesome.
We were at a dinner. We were at a big dinner. And there was a little girl who came in, and she started crying, like full-on crying. She saw Will. She put her hands over her face, and she couldn't believe that she was seeing Buddy. And Will realized that this little girl was so emotional, and he handled it brilliantly. But, oh, my God, when she came in and she's just crying, and I'm like, wait, what happened? And then she said, Buddy. And then he got up. He go, come here. And I'm like, wow, that was an impact. Round of applause for Will Ferrell there.
What a memory. What a
year
week
ago. Yeah.
When he had them thrown out, though, it was like that was
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Because he said
like,
he was
"Don't
like,
ever
come
do
here.
that again."
Come here. Yeah, come on. Yeah, buddy's going to show you where the door is. Come on. Now get out. Thanks. That wasn't necessary. That wasn't necessary.